We'll have another chat now about the Crossfield Cup. As we said earlier, we're going to start off with Warwick and Worcester again. Steve's already mentioned theirs. First game with Shropshire. The teams I think have already been noticed. What do you think of your chances with Shropshire?
Well, I think ours is a really tough group. I mean, I believe it's we've got a good green for our first game. Yeah, and we're going to be playing them on Moor Lane. Yeah. We've got a lot of players in Warwick and Worcester we can choose from to play Moor Lane. Yeah. You've mentioned him earlier, and Wayne Curran is one of the players who's going to be coming back into the side to play, and he'll love it on there. Yeah,
I'm sure he'll strengthen the team. With regard to your first match against Shropshire, we've got on the line now one of the selectors from Shropshire County Time, Mick Jones. Good evening, Mick.
Hello, Mel. How are you
doing? 34 years since Shropshire won it. You know what's gone wrong? I mean, you haven't picked the team for the last 34 years, have you?
No, I can't take the blame for all that.
You can't blame me for that one. What's gone wrong in Shropshire? You've got a good team, good greens, but not much success in recent years.
Well, you can't put your finger on it, can you? I think we've got some good players. I think we match most counties, but getting the answer to that, I don't know. I don't know really, Mel. We just don't seem to do it on the day. I don't know why. It's I don't think we've got the greens that some counties have got for one thing.
Yeah. I mean, last year you just won the one game, didn't you, against North Lancs?
Yeah,
must have been disappointing. Yeah. Do you think you can cause an upset against the Brummies?
Well, the Brummies have won it. You know, they're the champions, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to be on a high.
Everybody's got to beat them, haven't they? You know? If you want to win it, you've got to beat the Brummies, haven't you?
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Yorkshire as well, and perhaps Greater Manchester. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. We put aside out and we hope that we're going to beat them, but we're not going to say that we are. But we'd love to think we could. Yeah.
I notice in Shropshire they tend to play a lot of games in Shrewsbury. Yet I know in the Telford area, when I've been over there's some very difficult greens. You know, Rockadine Woods, John Bailey, Donington. Should they be concentrating a little bit more on focus on another area?
We actually went to Donington for the last game, and we actually lost on it.
Oh, so I can't keep my mouth shut in future then.
We had 6 winners and lost by 3.
Yeah. I mean, do you think the people? I know in Shropshire generally they've got a real cracking good league on a Friday night, but I mean, do you think perhaps some of the Shropshire players perhaps don't play of the highest level enough? I mean, St George's, we were just speaking to Alan Palin, have come into the Summit League, but do you think there's perhaps not play at the highest standard enough sometimes?
Well, it's difficult to put your finger on that now, because I could give you example of, what should we say, Glenn Herbert. Probably plays for Castlefields on a Friday. He doesn't play much else, but he's probably got the best county record in Shropshire.
Yeah, that's right.
So that knocks that one on the head, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose you're right there. So, I mean, you got some good young players coming through.
You know, just going back to Glenn, I'm just looking at the records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's won 11 out of the last 14.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play anywhere else on these Castlefields.
Yeah. That's how you got some good young players coming through. Callum and Michael Beer.
Yeah, fantastic players. Yeah. I've carried the mat for Callum a couple of times.
So the future looks quite good, I suppose. Just bedding them in, is it?
Well, we're trying to get a mixture. We've made a few changes this time. I think we've made 8 changes.
Yeah. Steve Wallace is with us here. Now he just said that they're playing you on Moor Lane, I gather.
Yeah, I carried the mat for Steve as well.
Oh, you done that for most people, Mick, haven't you?
Except you will.
And where's Shropshire playing? Can you whisper it quietly?
Where's Shropshire playing? Yes, I can. We're playing at Wem.
At Wem?
Yes, it was in the press last night actually.
Yeah. And what's that green like?
Difficult. We played there Friday. Yeah. We had 4 winners, I think, St George's.
Yeah, you was one of them, I believe.
Yeah. I had Parlin on before. He didn't tell me he lost again, did he?
No, he didn't say that, no. Who'd you pick of the favourites in that section then? Cheshire, I presume?
In our section?
Yeah.
Well, you've got to look at the Brummies, haven't you? They're the holders.
Yeah, well, they're the holders. You know, both those from a neutral point of view, you're probably looking at Cheshire with a fairly star-studded side as being the favourites, wouldn't you?
Well, like I said, everybody's got to beat the rubbish. They're the holders.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know? That includes us, Cheshire, yourselves.
Yeah. Okay, it's going to be a tight group. I mean, Steve earlier called it the group of death, I think he called it, or something like that.
Probably right as well.
Yeah. Would you like, before we go, Mick, would you just like to say all the best to Steve or anything, or what is there?
Oh, well, it goes without saying, doesn't it? You know, we'll all shake hands and probably have a pint after when we see Steve and his friends in a few weeks' time.
Okay. And what do you say, Steve?
We're looking forward to it. Be a good game. I'm just hoping that we just come out on top. I'm sorry to say that to you.
Thanks for that, Steve. Ask Steve if he's home or away, man.
Pardon?
Ask Steve if he's home or away.
Are you home or away, Steve?
I will be away.
Away.
Oh, that's it. Well, you can always leave a drink behind the bar for me.
Okay. Anyway, all the best to Shropshire and all of the teams in there. Mick, and thanks for joining us.
Okay, no, thank you very
See
much.
you, mate.
Good night, Mick.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, last year, Steve, Wales were a bit of a surprise package, weren't they, really, in getting to the semi-finals. And they could do it again, looking at that particular group with Cumbria and Derbyshire and Lancashire. That's fairly even, isn't it?
I have had a good look at the groups, and I believe Wales could well be favourites to come through that group again. They were tremendous last year. They really were tremendous to reach the stage that they reached.
Yeah. I mean, they did play Staffordshire, and the team spirit seemed excellent.
It was excellent all the way through. Even when we played them, and obviously we were giving them a bit of a hiding at the Valley in the semi-finals, but they're a good side. They've really improved.
And who would you think had come through that group, Steve?
Yeah, I quite fancy Wales, to be honest, in that group. Even above Derbyshire and Lancs.
Yeah. The next group, Group 1's interesting. There's four sides there. The history shows they're not too much success, really. I mean, the Potteries, they won it in '82 and not been in the final since, I think. Merseyside have been in the final just once. North Midlands won it once. North Lancs and Fylde, they've reached the final, but I don't think never won it. It just seems hard to predict.
Yeah, you say that, but I've looked at the group and I think North Midlands, I've spoken to some of the people in the North Midlands, and they've brought 4 or 5 players in that haven't played for a while now. And with the killer greens that they've got, and they have got some real good greens, I think they've got the potential to get through that group.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, they could well be. They have certainly got some of the best arm greens in there.
Yeah, them and the Potteries can pick some good greens, but yeah.
And we've got to keep mentioning North Lancs and Fylde because Jimmy Parker's listening to all this, you know, and he's the new supremo.
Well, again, I mean, you could look at all the groups and call them the group of death. As it mentioned earlier, the South Yorkshire, Greater Manchester Yorkshire group, there's no easy games. There aren't any easy games.
No, I think you're right, in all the counties really. So that one group, South Yorkshire, Manchester, and of course Yorkshire have won it so regularly. You wouldn't like to pick a winner?
Well, I'd probably stick my neck out and go for Yorkshire again in that group. If you want me to give you a winner, I'd go for Yorkshire in the group. Yeah.
So what are your sort of predictions in there then, Steve? You're saying Wales win?
Yeah, I'm going for the semi-finals. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that Warwick and Worcester are going to come through in Group 3.
Warwick and Worcester, okay. You've heard that, folks.
Yeah. Section 1, I'm going for North Midlands. Section 2, I'm going to go with Wales, and I'm going for Yorkshire in the other group. Obviously, I'm picking the same, 3 of the 4 that reached it last year.
Yeah.
I'm just obviously hoping it's us.
Yeah. We've had a message come on the screen here. So the problem with North Midland, they got the greens, but they ain't got any good players.
Well, I don't know.
Nobody listening from Coventry, otherwise we've got a bit of stick there.
I can actually say that I know of one really good player who's going to be playing for them this year, and he's somebody who plays at our club, and it's the old fella Les Ayler.
Oh, Les,
is it? Yeah. He's back.
Back in the.
Yeah.
Good campaigner, Les.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah. Now I say they have got very difficult arm greens in the North Midlands, as you said earlier.
Without doubt.
Yeah. Last year we played them, and they did look quite poor in the last game, but again there was nothing to play for. I think they tried 1 or 2 players, but if they get everybody playing, then they can obviously turn in some good performances.